almost 2 days ago about my my $4,000 American Express Platinum card credit limit, and that video is going crazy right now. And it's funny because I've actually read every comment on there, and there's been some really really good comments, some things that gave me pause, and I was like, wait a minute, I need to think about this. And first of all, for those of you who don't know, okay, before you even start, do me a favor, please. If you're watching this and you are inclined to help this channel out, go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so when I create more videos, you will have access to it as soon as possible. So off the bat, so what's happening is I did this video because last week I found out that there was a fraudulent there was some fraud on my American Express card, and so I jumped on there and had to deal with taking care of it. American Express did an incredible job in taking care of me, but as a result, I've been kind of paying closer attention to my statements, and a lot of my payments are automatically set up, and maybe that's why I didn't catch those fraudulent purchases that were made on my account, but they were really small. So and with everything happening, I just didn't pay attention. But that's being taken care of. But the problem now is, as I've been going through my account, like physically going in and looking into my account, I noticed that there was a credit limit of $4,000 on my American Express Platinum card. And of course, I called American Express Platinum, and they were really nice to explain it to me. And what they said is, based on that average spend that happens within a certain period of time, times 3, and that's the algorithm, the formula that I've heard a lot of people talk about. I've heard I believe Credit Shifu and Ash Sebi and a bunch of Brian, I think Brian Young also have said the same thing, that times 3, and then you get a good estimate of what your spend is, because the platinum cards are quote unquote charge cards, even though they're saying they're not charge cards anymore, but that's another story. But excuse me, I just drink a lot of water, so I'm like burping here. I do apologize for that. So based on that, you have this number that should be your actual allowable spend, because these cards are supposed to have no preset spending limit. So I called them, and what was explained to me is, based on your spending trend over the past few months, which for me it's been 10 months really since I've done any travel, I've gone to any conferences, I've used my American Express card at all. I haven't used it because that was my go-to for travel, vacation with my families, going on business trips. And the past 2 years I've been on quite a few business trips, and that card has come in very handy, but no one's traveling anywhere. So when they told me that that number for me was like 4,000, and I was like, okay, I got it. I understood that. That makes sense to me. It was jarring because who wants to have in their brain that $4,000 is your cap for American Express Platinum card with a $500 plus annual fee? But it makes sense to me. It makes complete sense to me. And after I slept on it, I'm like, okay, when all this is over and done with, and I get back to my regular regimen, that number's going to go up as far as based on how I travel and how much I spend. But one of the things that kept on coming up was the whole notion of this pay over time limit. People were saying that sounds like a pay over time limit. And I was like, I know what a pay over time limit is because I've seen it, but I've not used it because when I buy stuff, I pay them off. And I haven't had a need to make a major purchase. And the pay over time limit was something that I noticed first on my business cards, my American Express business cards. So I was like, okay, let me first of all find out what the actual definition, according to American Express, for what the overtime, the pay overtime limit is. So I have that right here on my phone. I'm just gonna read it to you real quick. I wish I could share this on my screen, but it'll be too much work for me to do that. So it says here, actually this is coming from American Express itself, and it says the pay overtime option allows you to make business purchases with confidence, knowing you have the flexibility to pay overtime. Eligible purchases of 100 or more will be placed into a balance that you can choose to pay over time with interest. So those purchases over $100 kind of turn if you choose to, kind of turn those purchases into kind of a credit type purchase, which means there'll be interest on top of it, and you give it a little bit of breathing space, but you're not obligated to pay for the whole entire thing at once. And also, to my understanding, this is not floating into the personal cards, okay, which makes sense, especially right now with the state of things. People have been caught with their pants down and financially, and American Express is definitely trying to give people some kind of breathing space. But at the same time, don't forget, I believe also American Express is probably thinking, this is an opportunity to make a profit. Hey, it's business. I get it. So this evening, I thought to myself, wait a minute, I think I have a letter where I got something from American Express in reference to this, so I found it. So I'm going to share with you this letter that I got from American Express on September 24th that explained to me my pay over time limit on one of my cards, and it's funny, but I didn't really think much of it because I pay stuff off as they come. So, but here we go. I'm going to share this with you real quick, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. And here it is. Let me add my handsome face to the screen. Actually, that's way too big. Let me see if I can make that something a little bit more palatable. Okay, I didn't want it to be that big. That's okay. You don't need to see me. It says here, and I have my government on here, my government name, Uche L Njoku. It says, regarding account ending, I'm going to hide my number. And it's a business green rewards card. I actually downgraded my gold card. Actually, I'm sorry. I got rid of my gold card, business card. It just didn't make any sense for what I needed it for. And I actually did have a business platinum card, which I downgraded that card to the business green rewards card because I have two platinum cards, and it just didn't make sense for me. So for my business, I have my I have a blue card. I have another card. I forget what it's called. All these different names, and I also have this business green rewards card. So it says here, we're writing to you regarding a change to your pay overtime limit. Your new pay overtime limit is $17,500. And here's what you can expect. The limit only applies to the pay overtime portion of your account, and it's not a spending limit. Okay, and I wanted that to be said very clearly because people were saying that what I saw with my American Express Platinum card was which I was told by American Express, it was actually a actual visual representation of what my credit limit is at this point in time based on my spend and everything else, as opposed to your pay over time limit, which they never mentioned, and I didn't ask, but they never mentioned that. But here it states very clearly what that is. And here is actually telling me what the limit is for my situation with my business green rewards card. What does it say? Over time may change. So it says here, your pay over time limit may change regardless of whether your pay over time feature is set on or off. Mine is off. I don't use it. We'll only automatically add charges to your pay over time balance when your feature is set to on. So they're letting me know right now, this is a feature that's there. This is the dollar amount that is up to. And then it goes into the whole entire thing. I think down the next paragraph, it says, please ensure additional credit card members are aware of this. I don't have anybody else on my business account. It's a small business. Then it says here, here's what you should know. Unlike a traditional credit card, your card has no preset spending limit. So this has nothing to do with my preset spending limit. Okay. A unique feature that gives you flexible spending capacity. Okay. Of course, which again is going to be based on what I spend and how I spend, right? This means the amount you can spend adapts based on factors such as your purchase and payment and credit history. If you're ever unsure if a large purchase will be approved, just use the check spending power tool on your online account or mobile app, which I don't ever do. I just call. I'm sorry. I just think that's just a call so I can talk to someone. And I feel in the past I've gotten a much better and much better response. And I know for a fact what I can do, but they can tell me right then and there. I don't have to wait. And then you know what happens when you put numbers into the check your spending power. You can trigger a what is it called, those things? You can trigger an audit or whatever, where they now have to see what's going on with it, which I don't want to deal with. And then it continues, blah blah blah. As a reminder, any charge you cause that would cause your pay over time balance to exceed your pay over limit will be added to pay full portion and blah 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 blah. So that's all there. So I just wanted to share that with you, just to let you know that What I was talking about was not was not anything having to do with a credit limit. With what happened with my American Express Platinum card, it had to do. I'm sorry. It didn't have to do with the pay over time limit. It had to do with my actual credit limit that they were actually physically showing for the first time. And then a couple of people have actually said they've seen the same thing on their cards as well. So I wish if anyone could expound on that. Like, what did you see? What happened? Did you call American Express? What did they tell you? And this stuff is very important because we're in the space right now where, you know, a lot of things are happening because of the state of the economy right now. So we got to be very careful. And if anything I would say is this: call them. Call American Express, call your credit card company, let them tell you for sure. Have them email you documentation, because a lot of times we're relying on what we're hearing online from different people. Sometimes I feel some people are telling stories about stuff that they have no idea, or maybe they don't even have the card. So they're reading articles from other places and trying to tell us. So those of us who have American Express Platinum or American Express any cards, you know, let's make sure that we're calling and confirming anything that we're hearing before we find ourselves in a situation where now we're putting our good credit, our reputation, our financial reputation with these financial institutions online. So that's it. I didn't want this video to be this long. It's way too long, but thank you so much for your time. I just wanted to share this with you, and hopefully this is helpful to you. And again, do me a great favor. Please subscribe, share this, like, continue to show love, you know, and any comments, I will respond to every single one of them. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see y'all later. All right.